My name is Alderi Matos. I'm from Brazil. I teach at the Andrew Jumper Graduate Center in São Paulo. And I'm also the historian of the Presbyterian Church of Brazil. I came to the Historical Society for two reasons. One of them is to make a survey of the materials, of the documents about Presbyterian missionary work in Brazil over a century. The Brazilian Presbyterian Church was started by North American missionaries in 1859, and eventually the two Presbyterian denominations, the Northern Church and the Southern Church, both worked in Brazil for over a century. So that's my first purpose. And also to study the circumstances in which the two churches, the Presbyterian Church of Brazil and the North American Church, went their separate ways, especially after the 1970s. I'm using many materials. The annual reports of the boards, periodicals. I'm very interested in the periodicals because they have a lot of very pertinent, very interesting material about Brazil. And also manuscripts, letters, reports, minutes. So it's an enormous variety of materials that I'm finding here at the Presbyterian Historical Society. Well, there are many interesting things. One of them that has called my attention is the fact that over time the annual reports of the boards became increasingly smaller. In the first decades, we have those wonderful reports with many pages, a lot of information. From the 50s on, the reports become very short, just observations about Brazil, about politics, about the Presbyterian Church in Brazil. Very little information about the missionary work of the American Church in Brazil. And in some years, no information at all. So this was quite amazing to me. As the North American churches became more open in their theology, more progressive, the same didn't happen in Brazil, at least with our denomination. It happened with the other denominations, especially the independent Presbyterian Church, but not our denomination, which remains essentially a very conservative. So this was one of the problems. And also, as a consequence of this theological stance by the North American denominations, a changing concept of mission. Initially, the main focus was evangelism, church planting. Eventually, social and political concerns became dominant. So these two aspects, the changes in theology and also in the concept of missions, were responsible for the outcome of this relationship. The fellowship grant was fantastic. It was really helpful. I'm staying for 1 year in the United States, and I have my family with me, wife and 2 sons. So this means a lot of expenses. And for this reason, the grant was very welcome and has been a big help